Okay, Brian Scoresby here with Director of the Division of Agriculture. We have Tom Bergey.
Oh.
Tom Bergey just joined our Board of Agriculture and Conservation a month ago. Glad to have him on board. We're here at the Tom Bergey family farm.
Yes.
So tell us, Tom, what do you got going here?
Well, right now you're standing in a strawberry patch that is an experiment that we're trying to carry over plants from one year to the next. It's a learning process. This was kind of driven by supply chain issues that we've been experiencing the last few years, and trying to find a way to economically develop sustainability in our strawberry crops. And it looks like this is the second year into working this, and we're getting the bugs out, and it looks like we're going to be fairly successful in propagating our plants from our previous years. It's successful for the home gardener fairly easily, but when you're trying to do it profit in a large scale, there's nuances to it that just have to be overcome, and it looks like we're getting them. So that's a positive for me there.
Earlier, when we was talking, you were saying how these strawberries, you'll pick these and go to the farmer's market with them.
Yep. And one of the phrases that we use is that on strawberries, we haven't found the bottom of the market yet. We haven't found the amount of strawberries to take to any given market that I or the folks that do strawberries with me, we haven't found that quantity of strawberries to take to where we bring some back with us, or we sell the last one at the close of the market. And I'm generally sold out within 1 to 2 hours of the start of any market that I go to. And the other fellow that does strawberries with me, he'll be done within the first hour. So we're trying to ramp up strawberry production to find that bottom. Strawberries are very labor intensive. You can't mechanically pick them. So there's a trade-off. If we go to strawberries, that takes time away from other items. And since we don't exclusively produce strawberries, we have to balance picking strawberries with picking everything else that we do to make it to farmers markets.
Now, these here plants are obviously a long ways away from harvest, but you've got here on these 2 rows, we've got last year's crop. Some are alive, some don't look alive.
Yep.
So tell us how you're going to do that.
So what we're working on now is a way to efficiently pick last year's starts that are going on the side of the roads to move rows to where we can clean them and move them into the rows so we can cultivate along the sides of the strawberries. And then I've ordered in fresh strawberries so that when we have vacant holes, I've got replacement plants to go in. And then we're looking at productivity to see how long we can keep these beds active before we have to rip them out and start again. In years past, we'd rip them out every year and just start again. I know I'm thinking about every 2 to 3 years. Right around 3 years, we're going to have to rip them out because we'll just have the age of the plants, and we'll have lost continuity, which one's the new plants, which ones are old. So that I think that's when we're going to see the production decline, and I think that's going to be the sweet spot. But I don't know yet because we haven't got there.
You haven't got there yet.
So, but it's something that we have to think about because this has to maintain profitability.
Right.
So.
And this is strawberries here. You've got other things to grow here on the farm.
Yep, going to the west, we've got onions going in, and those are just starting, and all of that's being done under plastic. We try to do as much under plastic as we can. That enables us to take advantage of the thermal heat that we have, traps in some moisture. So all of our irrigation is drip irrigation, low pressure. So we've got very directed water supply we can also feed. So our soils up here have a tendency to deplete really quick.
Right.
So it's nice to be able to move some added nutrient in, and we can spot specific it so we can manage our nutrient level and manage our costs to right down to the penny.
So let me ask you on your nutrients. You take samples of the plant and get it analyzed so you know what it needs?
We don't go that
far. Go that far.
We just look at color and health of the plant and just
Okay.
It's a guesstimate, but we've guessed so many years, we kind of know what
Experience has its advantage, doesn't
yeah.
it?
And I'm sure that if we would have taken the time to invest, what took us 5 years to learn, we could have learned in a season.
Right.
But that's...
Let's go back to this plastic that you use. You use it everywhere that you can. That gains you a lot of heat for the plant to grow.
Yes.
And we're in this Arctic environment, and we're modifying it to suit us so we can grow things you couldn't grow if you didn't use plastic.
It's correct. You know, we have a corn crop, and the corn has black plastic, but it also is individually tunneled. Mm-hmm. And we will, behind us here, we've got cold crops, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower tunneled, so that we can be early to market with it. But we will also tunnel a couple of rows of strawberries. We'll tunnel green beans when we get those going, and we'll do that to get, you know, the heat boost, then warm the soils to get, you know, root propagation. And
right. And anything we can do to get more heat, makes a difference.
Early on, yes.
Early on.
Early on, and you know, this. Right now, the black plastic is heating the soil and is picking up the thermal energy, but that'll transition in July to weed control.
Correct.
So it has a twofold factor there. Is that, you know, we have thermal heat now, and there will also be thermal properties later on in the season, but it becomes more important for weed control.
Okay. What can you tell us, Tom, about market? You pick all this, you go to market. These are fresh farmer market, right?
Yep.
Which ones do you go to?
I market Willow, Eagle River, Anchorage.
Okay.
So I'm a little bit in the valley, mostly in the Anchorage area because that's where the population center is.
Sure.
All the markets that I've ever been to have been highly successful. You know, it takes a while to develop a customer base for folks to know that you're there. But once they know you're there, they establish a following. And you know, folks, I try to price to the organic section of Fred Meyer's. I try to match Fred Meyer's. And my selling point is, and I've used this for years, is folks will come up to me and say, well, I can just go to Fred Meyer's and get this. And I tell them, well, I'll leave this in my cold storage cooler for 10 days, and then I'll come back and give it to you for the same Fred Meyer's price, and you can have the same product. So, you know, and that's the selling point is, you know, you get folks from stateside who are used to going to their farmer's market and buying at a substantial discount from the supermarket. And we go up here, and one, we don't have the volume that you're going to see stateside. And so and our operating costs are probably double, if not more.
Right.
And you know, and I'm able to be profitable and buy new equipment and expand based on what the grocery store is doing. And I look at that as a fair price because no matter where you go, that's the price you're going to get, but you're getting picked that day, not something that is sat in the barge and on the distribution system for 2 to 10 days.
You pick it today, sell it tomorrow.
Sometimes for my afternoon markets, I pick in the morning and sell in the afternoon.
And you just can't get fresher than that.
No, you can unless you grow it yourself.
Correct.
And when you're in an apartment building in Anchorage, I would love to see you successfully grow zucchini. I mean, more than one plant.
You might have a pot in a porch or somewhere, but that's about as much as you get.
Yes. So, and then, you know, we grow a wide variety, and when you go across the state, there's just tons of microclimates. So you may live in the valley, but you may not be able to have the climate to grow everything.
Right.
You know, there's microclimates that do sweet corn very well in the valley, and there's places that you can't grow it, period.
Correct.
And it's just luck of the draw where you go. We do artichokes here, and those can be finicky, but we have the climate right here on this particular spot that we're successful. And there's artichokes are successful I know several people that grow them.
That's awesome.
But it just.
Well, you can grow everything,
Okay.
just almost everything, if you modify your climate a little bit.
A little bit.
With plastic, with tunnels, starting plants early, planting them out where it'd be from seed everywhere else, but not here.
Yep.
So it's just wonderful to be here in Alaska. We've got everything fresh coming from the farmers market, right from the field home to the table. Your garden's the same way if you grow a garden at home. So anyway, it's awesome that we're here.
Well, if you come back when it looks a little greener.
Thank you for letting us take your time this morning.
Not a problem.
Okay.